Hey YouTube, Vinny here for another cap of the week, and this week we're going to take a look at the San Francisco Giants home cap. Now this is an interesting story with the San Francisco Giants. They, of course, with the Brooklyn Dodgers, they moved out west from New York in 1958. What's interesting is even though you notice the interlocking SF logo appears, it's been the same since then, there have been a few tweaks to the logo. This is actually the first iteration of the logo. So you notice this is a very blockish font, and you see that there are no curvatures between, the S, there's very little, the F, it's just straight down. So this is the first iteration of the logo that was used from 1958 to 1982. And then they had a secondary one from 83 to 93, and then the current SF logo. So, I mean, from far away, they all look the same, but there were a couple of differences, and I'm not sure why they changed it. But anyway, let's take a look. This cap is actually based on the way I've seen it from Major League Baseball's online database. This cap style was worn with the black bill, was worn until 1976. From 77 to 82, they used the orange bill and full time. So this cap, I would guess, is probably 1975, 1976, or something before that. But we take a look. This is an original cap. This is a new era cap, and you see the button at the top. No MLB logo because this cap was well before the logo was put on. And we flip it, and this is an original new era. As you can see here, we have the green underbrim, and then we have our tank tags, new era pro model, Major League Baseball official licensee. And so that's, unfortunately, that's the one thing. It's hard to tell to date caps because even though apparently these caps were with the black bill were used until 1976, this MLB logo would make it seem that this cap should be in the early to mid 80s rather than the mid 70s. So maybe this was a remake or new era made this for a throwback game. I'm not really sure, so I can't really ascertain the date of the cap, which is it's a little disappointing. At least now today, because the tags change every 2 years, it's easier to date a cap. But anyway, it's 100% wool cap. You can see there's nothing on the inside, and there's a green underbrim. So I think the Giants, they did move from green to gray in the 70s, so this is probably a remake for some sort of old-timers game, something of that nature. But it's a pretty cool cap to see. This cap covers, of course, the great Willie Mays and also Willie McCovey, Juan Marichal. So you have a lot of history in this cap. This is the cap that the team wore in 1962 when they very nearly defeated the New York Yankees in the World Series. Actually, Game 7, Willie McCovey had a liner to hit to Bobby Richardson. I believe he was the second baseman. And had the ball gone over his head, or if Bobby Richardson was shorter, the Giants would have won the World Series. So it might be one of the closest World Series you'll ever see. And we take a look again at this logo. This is a flat logo. So the Giants have an interesting history regarding their caps. So if anyone has any information on how old this cap is, that'd be awesome to know. But anyway, it's a pretty well-made cap. They don't make these caps like this anymore. Anyway, until next week, see you.